I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. All right, man, we touched on it a little bit last week with some of the NFL free agent signings. But it seems like this NFL starting to become more and more like the NBA because there's a lot of roster moves going down, man. What were some of the ones that really stood out to y'all from this past week? JoJo, I'll start with you.
Well, very recently we got Galladay going to the Giants. I know he's kind of injury prone, but when he does play, he jumps off the screen.
That's a good move.
You got Juju spurning Baltimore and staying with Pitt.
That's your boy, Joe.
Yeah, that's my boy. You got Tampa Bay. Re-signed David, re-signed Barrett, franchise tag Godwin, so re-signed Grunt.
So you telling me Tampa Bay know how to keep their players, unlike my Green Bay Packers knowing how to keep all their good players. All right.
That's kind of where it's headed. And then now AB still out there, Sue still out there, so not sure what's going on with that.
Okay. AB ain't going nowhere, I don't think.
Will Fuller to Miami. AJ Green to Arizona. I don't like that.
Can't stay healthy, Joe.
Now, what I wanted to focus on was the Washington Redskins.
Football team.
Excuse me. Yeah. Washington football team.
What you trying to do?
Curtis Samuel. They added Samuel. Now, who was Curtis Samuel's teammate in college?
Terry Mack. Scared Terry, man.
All right. You want me to tell you who's hurting right now? Dwayne Haskins.
Wish he could be with everybody.
Because he was their QB.
I'm going to miss everybody.
All he had to do was do right. But they signed Fitz Magic, which we know. When you put expectations on him,
there you go.
He don't come through, but he will give you those games where you like, this is a QB.
Right.
And to do it over there in the NFC East, Washington just might win a division.
What? I'm put it on something. How many games win that division? If you telling me Ryan Fitzpatrick got a chance to win that thing, how many games win that division?
I'm gonna say 9-7.
So T, way too early. I know you do the the divisional prognostication.
Yeah.
So it's way too early. I know we ain't got a draft in there today. Do you think the Washington football team win 9 games next year?
I think they win 10.
Damn.
I think they win.
Damn.
10.
Hold on now. It's just off the strength of that defense.
That
Chase Young and them.
If they do what they need to do in the draft, and with the pieces that are there now, and let's just say, and like I said, Fitzpatrick, we all know he's better when he's off the bench than he is starting. That's just
He's been a start, y'all.
I get that. But if that Heineke kid is what they re-signed him for, he could take the job mid-season. So, because we saw things in that game, I think he threw for 3 bills in that game against Tampa Bay. So, and folks was like, everybody's like, man, this dude here.
Yeah.
So, they hurried up and signed him long before. And that's not to say that Fitzpatrick is going to start. Good that point. Ain't just good solid, point. So, yeah. But what I can say is if you want to talk about a team right now that is got stability in the organization from front to back, head coach, stable, even keel, He's got his expectations. You know what you expect from Ron Rivera. You know what you're getting from Ron Rivera week after week. There's no crazy amounts of pressure because all the pressure is still in Texas with Dallas. The pressure's still there. So what Washington got to lose? They playing with house money once again. There's nothing to lose with them boys. So I'd say they could win 10.
That's a big statement. That's a big statement. What were your thoughts on the other signings, T?
I spoke about Corey Davis last week. That surprises me that Tennessee would let him go. Biggest one was I'm glad we got Trent back in San Fran. We needed to spend that money. We needed to show up. Whoever's gonna be our quarterback, we need to show up that line. Alex Mack signing that was good. I am shocked by the Lindsley let go. I just am. I just don't understand it.
Now, T, we addressed that last week. You didn't even have to bring that back up.
I'm gonna bring it back up because I want to talk about it. You ain't got to talk about it. What the fuck are y'all doing, Green Bay?
You didn't get to talk about it last week, T?
I ain't get to talk about it last week.
Y'all could have talked about it.
We didn't have time. Somebody took up the time.
I had to get some. We ain't timed on this show. Just put it on something. You could have got. We ain't got no producer.
Man, look, I let you speak. I couldn't listen. When you told me and Joe we was going first, and then you come in next, and you didn't let us go first, I said, that's it. I'm out. I'm gonna let my man be.
Look, I would like Aaron Jones. We should have just kept Lindsley as well.
We should have. You got to keep the guy that's going to protect you up front. The signal guy, the guy that sees it, the guy that's.
And you did speak on it last week. It just hit me. You said just like Seattle. Usually when a team let go of their center.
But it wasn't long though.
They go there. Cause listen what he said.
It was like 7 seconds.
He said when a team lose their center, they go downhill. Why would he do that to me? That's what he said.
Well. Now, I'm the Lindsley thing. San Diego, LA Chargers said we got to get this guy because we got a stud QB in Herbert. We got to protect him. We got to put the pieces around him and let him be great. But again, I said Green Bay's line is good enough, even despite losing Lindsley with Bakhtiari. Jenkins, they can make the line work. I think the line is good enough still. What the Green Bay Packers should have done was sign Will Fuller of somebody, but they got to address offensively some things. Steal some guys in the draft. Do something. Make a splash. Yeah. Jordan Love ain't doing nothing for you for the next 2-3 years. He just not. AJ Dillon could be one of those thunder. It could be one of them thunder and lightning things with him and Aaron Jones. But I'm gonna move on. Other free agent things. I will say this much. I am very, very. These are the two signings that got me on notice. And I've been talking about this division since we've been talking about the NFL and stuff. But Pittsburgh and Baltimore, y'all asses are on notice. Cleveland finna run the North.
What?
They finna fool around. They finna run the North. I ain't said North. I said North. Because when you sat here and you let Cleveland sign Troy Hill and John Johnson III from LA, from the Rams, and them two boys was slick nice. They just addressed one of the things that they needed to address was their secondary. They just addressed it. They spent money, which is what we ask our teams to do. Spend some damn money. They spent money. They got a slot corner and they got a jam up safety who can play a lot of different positions. He can do a lot of different things. I'm going to tell you something. And I'll put it on something. Cleveland going to win the North. Cleveland going to win the North this year. Cleveland is going to win the North. They can re-sign Juju all they want in Pittsburgh, but until they get a running game, it ain't happening.
And a QB.
If they do, and that too, I ain't even had to speak his name. And if they don't put some receivers and some help around Lamar, they ain't winning the North. So who you got left? Cincinnati. I'm just gonna tell you like this here.
What y'all think about Andy Dalton coming to the Chicago Bears.
I thought that was a great signing for Green Bay.
Yeah, that was remarkable.
Just sweet. I mean, you have Kirk Cousins is your best quarterback outside of Aaron in that
Now,
division.
but did y'all see the reaction of Bears the Chicago said they were going after Russell Wilson. So to go from the high of thinking you might have a chance of getting Russell Wilson.
See, that's the thing. They
to get Andy Dalton.
They fooled y'all. Because if they didn't see what they need to see in Pat Mahomes and they didn't see what they need to see in Deshaun Watson, what the heck make you think they're gonna get Russell?
Real quick, okay, let me pull y'all code on that. Pat Mahomes, okay, cool. I didn't know shit about Pat Mahomes. I don't watch Big 12 football. They don't play no defense. We saw Deshaun Watson.
We saw it.
Beat Alabama and damn near beat Alabama.
Yep.
And looked like the best player on the field.
Yep.
Why did they just do him like that?
I'm gonna be.
We're gonna talk more about Deshaun later on, but I'm just since you
No. Because I'm just saying. I don't think they want a black quarterback.
They don't want a black quarterback.
It's as simple as that. Because there is no logic.
You had Mahomes, and he's just right enough.
Listen, okay, and also let's just be honest. Got a point. Let's just be honest.
I knew you weren't gonna let that slide, Mr. Colorist.
The organization is not. They're just not good. That year in the draft that they traded up one spot to get Mitchell Trubisky. From the end of the season all the way up to the draft, they was already saying what we were going after. We were going after a defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. We were not going to get a quarterback. We had the second pick that year. They had the third. They traded with us to move up one spot. For what? We wasn't getting Trubisky. So it's just not a well-ran organization.
Here's the thing that I got. This is what I'm going to say. They went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman.
They did.
And that defense. So if you put something in anything halfway serviceable there.
Is Andy Dalton halfway serviceable now? Then?
Negative. It's too cold.
Why that man say, Joe?
It's too cold.
Well, I said that when the Cowboys signed him.
Listen, here's how you know Chicago's done. The Mans came out and said that they told me I'm gonna be the starter. That's what they told Andy Dalton. They told Andy Dalton, you're our guy.
Now, mind you, they just traded draft picks to get Nick Foles there.
So what we doing right now?
Stars at the top. I keep saying it. You know, I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to my brother Kiki the other day about y'all organization in the Barlows back in the Gap. It starts at the top with these organizations.
Listen,
you don't got that, because football depends so much on depth. You gonna have injuries. Every team gonna have some injuries. Can you make it through those injuries because you scouted well, you drafted well, you signed well, and goddamn have some depth that can help you get through that?
And I don't think they ever made an offer for Russell. They was just trying to appease their fans. They claimed they offered 3 first-rounders, a third, Khalil Mack, and another starter.
Them boys ain't offer all that, Joe.
And they say Seattle said, we're not trading Russell at this time.
I could see that. I could see that. Because Seattle got some slick pride about them now. I could see them turning that deal down.
Let me ask you, would you have turned it down?
That trade?
Yeah, put it on something, T.
3 firsts, a third, Khalil Mack.
Okay, if one of the first is this year first, where is it? Because that's why
I think it's like a little later.
See, that's my thing. Because I would have to go get a quarterback if that was the case. I'm sitting in that spot. I got to get one of these 5 guys in this draft. I got to. Geno Smith is not the answer.
Yeah, but if you got 3 first rounders, you can trade up.
I just don't see teams taking that. I really don't. I don't know if teams would take that.
You don't think somebody at 9?
I don't know. I mean, everybody's playing cat and mouse right now with it.
True.
So I would want to go ahead and be situated right there in where I want to be at, and that gives me flexibility as to what I want to do.
So what you saying is you gonna do what Houston says and just keep Russ on his team, even if he indirectly said he don't want to be there.
He wants to be there. He wants to be there. He knows he's not going nowhere because he knows the organization just told this man, walk out of the meeting. You don't have no input in this. So you're here. You're lockstep until your contract's up. So he's got to go ahead and understand that right now. And then with the whole no trade clause thing, and then the list of teams and stuff, and it was like, okay, none of that was going to work.
Was Chicago on that list?
Chicago was on the list, and they said Chicago was on the list.
And they still turned that down?
Chicago was on the list because he's got like a brother or something in Chicago is what they reported. And he wanted to be closer to his brother. Is what they've said.
Yeah. So, they're not being honest right now, though.
And everybody's capping.
See, Sierra want to be somewhere where she can further her music in a bigger market.
We know she want to do that. I think she good right where she at. She Gucci. She like the R&B. She like a hip hop to meal. She good.
All right.
She good.
If the Jets offer you 3 first, that's it.
For Russ?
Yep.
If I'm the Jets, they probably pull that trigger.
They'll
pull the trigger because Saylor would tell them to pull. Will highly encourage them to pull.
No. See, I'm saying with Seattle, accept it.
Oh, accept it.
Because Jets got the second pick
for the 2, yeah. Because see, now you could get Zach Wilson at 2, and the Idaho fan base, the BYU fan base, right over to Seattle. You could get that fan base, that Northwest fan base would be where to work. It would be a clean move for him because there's no expectations on the kid. Pete Carroll will be over there chewing the gum, swagged out, talking about, he's the next one, this whoop whoop. He give you that.
I don't see why. I wonder if Salah would do it. I could see that being good for him.
I mean, it's a smart move. You get a guy that works, and then whatever you do with Darnold is what you do with Darnold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna get you a pick back.
Send Darnold back over. He a USC guy. Pete would love to have him.
True.
Send Darnold over there. Patrick Peterson going to Minnesota, man. That's an interesting one.
You got to deal with Patrick Pete.
It's like, wow.
Thanks, Joseph.
I didn't see him leaving. I didn't see him leaving Arizona. It was like, man, Minnesota.
They didn't. I'm shocked. They really just moved. They just moved on from him and Fitzgerald.
Yeah. It's man, them staples, man.
Yeah.
Maybe Minnesota look at it as an opportunity to kind of bring up the young DBs over there because they've had some issues at corner. So maybe they was like, look, let's bring a guy in that can be a voice in the cornerback's room and get these guys up to snuff in a division. In that division. I mean, so maybe that's what it was because they really were lacking that corner last year. They were hurt.
Oh yeah, Dallas signed Keanu Neal.
It's different.
But that's more so because he's familiar with old boy defense, though.
It's gonna be interesting draft.
That door, I just don't understand it. His defenses have not been good since he got away from the Legion of Boom.
He hasn't.
But here he is now with the biggest on the biggest stage. So they better sign well or draft well. Otherwise, they ain't been making no moves in free agency for real.
Seattle? Talking about Seattle?
No,
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
They got Skip Bayless all in his feelings.
Yeah, they just let
That's because he was up there talking about that Jerry won the contract battle because Dak only counts $22 million. Where the money being spent?
Jerry's sitting on that money.
Sitting on it. But if you think about it, man, Jerry don't spend for defensive guys like that.
He don't.
He traded for Charles Haley and he signed Dion. Those are the only two big time defensive free agents that didn't really came to Dallas.
Yeah.
Now, offensively, he will sign people.
Right. I sell them tickets. Well, America, tell us over there on Instagram, tell us on Facebook what your team is doing, and especially tell us if you are hot like I am with my football team for not keeping everything intact. Hopefully they do some things in the draft. My brothers up here, they upset with their San Francisco 49ers about their quarterback situation. So
Mac Jones.
We feel like y'all feel, America. Tell us what y'all issues are with your particular team. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.